6 months into Goldmind, the startup I co-founded aimed to improve athletes' performance thanks to cognitive motor training. We had meetings with athletes, compliments from industry experts, even some offers from investors, but zero clients. My co-founders and I were frustrated. We had done everything by the book. Then I spent just 5 minutes with a calculator and I realized we were just building for the wrong target customer the entire time. In this video, I'm gonna explain to you this simple 5-minute test that saved us another 12 months of wasted work. So, just to give you some context, we were meeting a lot of top performers, sports athletes, especially in the field of football. So a lot of Series A football players, a lot of sports scientists and industry experts. Everyone loved the idea behind Goldmind. But every time we asked for payments, everyone had an excuse, like we're gonna pay the next month, or I don't know, we need to see, we need to think about that, and stuff like that. So because of that, some internal tensions appeared inside the team. But suddenly we realized that the real problem wasn't the product or the pitch. One day it happened that a newsletter from Ash Maurya, a top strategy consultant and teacher, landed in my inbox mail. I read it and grabbed a calculator. It just took 5 minutes to run the test that Ash Maurya was explaining in his email, and everything changed. What I found, this completely destroyed our strategy. So, what is Goldmind about? Goldmind is about virtual reality cognitive motor training for top performers, especially football players. The idea is to leverage virtual reality to create an immersive environment and to help football players to run some cognitive motor training exercises. So the outcome is that these players can see their cognitive skills improved. And this can be a massive difference during the game, during a match. In Goldmind, we are 5 co-founders. There are 3 people, including me, from Daedalus XR, the virtual reality software agency I co-founded as well. And there are 2 neuropsychologists. But going back to the math that changed everything in Goldmind. This is the original strategy we were following. Our target were Series C and B players, so semi-pro level. I realized that the market size of these players is about 2,000 players overall in Italy. We set the pricing of our virtual reality application to 50 euros per month. That is equal to 600 euros per year. So by assuming a 10% conversion rate over 3 years, we would have 200 customers at year 3. But 200 customers, considering 600 euros per year for each customer, makes only 120,000 euros in annual recurring revenue. And that's not good. It's not good enough for a startup, considering also that we are 5 people working on it. So basically with 120,000 euros as an annual recurring revenue, for 5 co-founders would have been like 24,000 euros each per year. It's just a regular salary in Italy. So the reality is that it isn't worth it, also because this is the best case scenario. What about the worst case scenario? So we had 2 options. Option 1, expand the market. so get more players so that we can increase the annual recurring revenue. Option 2, increase the price. And as Ash Maurya always teaches, increasing the price is often the better leverage you have. Because, especially in this case, expanding the market is not easy. You know, the football players are 2000s in Italy. We could have expanded with other countries, but that's not realistic for a little startup as Goldmind. So we needed to increase the price. But now another objection arose. People, especially Series C and B players, can't afford like 500 or even 1000 euros per month. Then I remembered something I learned from running Daedalus XR. You need to target high-paying clients first. Then you can expand to low-paying clients. I totally forgot that. So we shift mindset and we started to think about Series A players who have a much bigger budget. So let's run the math again. In the Series A there are 600 players with a massive income compared to the Series B and C players. So we thought about a new pricing, 1000 euros per month, which is equal to 12,000 per year. With a 10% conversion rate, we could get 60 customers in 3 years. But 60 customers at 12,000 euros per year means an annual recurring revenue of 720,000 euros. Now we are talking a reasonable amount of money for a startup of 5 people. So the math is working again. We have a better plan. But we hit another problem. Our virtual reality MVP is not ready for Series A standards. There are some issues, some doubts and some uncertainties about our MVP. We don't know if the Series A players will use it. We don't know if they can see the value of Goldmind. But we can't spend another 6 months perfecting our MVP. We need to sell it right now. And that's the point when we remembered something we completely overlooked. Andrea and Lorenzo, my neuropsychologist co-founders, in the past used to sell cognitive motor consultations. And they were like 150 euros per hour sessions. We realized that was validation just sitting in front of us. And this is a counterintuitive approach, but it works. Most startup advices says avoid services. You need to build a product that scales. But the reality is that at the beginning you need to do things that don't scale, as Paul Graham teaches us. Services validate much faster than products. So our new strategy was to sell consultations integrated with the virtual reality component. We're thinking about 250 euros per session, which is multiplied by 4 sessions per month, which is equal to 1000 euros per month. Now, we can validate the interest to the cognitive motor training even before building the full product of the virtual reality software. Services are easier to sell, they are easier to deliver, and they validate pricing very well. And be careful, we're not building a service business. The main goal of Goldmind is always to sell virtual reality software, but we need to validate the pricing and the target customers right now, as faster as possible. So this is exactly what we are testing. Our goal is to get at least 3 Series A players spending 1,000 euros per month on our service. We need to understand if they will see the value behind our cognitive motor training. We need to test the riskiest assumption, and this is also a key learning from Ash Maurya. By the way, you can follow Ash Maurya YouTube channel and newsletter in description if you are interested. I will keep you updated on the results of this test on the next video. But if you're building a startup as well, if you want to run the exact 5-minute test that made me understand that we were building for the wrong target and that avoided me to waste other months and months of work, this is a 4-step guide you can follow. First of all, calculate your target market size. Be realistic. Set pricing for segment, so what they will actually pay. Run a 10% conversion math, because 10% is already optimistic, and check if annual recurring revenue support your revenue goal. If the math fails, just change your inputs, as I did with Goldmine. And the most important advice I can give you is do this before building, not after months, as I did. And this was a mistake, but you can learn from my mistakes. If you want to dig deeper in Ash Maurya method, you can read Running Lean. His book is fantastic, is amazing. I love Ash Maurya startup validation methods. And one final lesson before you go. Everyone says that speed is startup advantage. I don't think it's right. I think that, especially at the beginning, startup must go slow. They must be really slow, because you have to think carefully about what you are doing. And sometimes a stupid 5-minute test can save you months of wasted work. If you're interested in getting some not fluffy insights from my business entrepreneurial journey, you can subscribe to my newsletter, link in description. And if you are interested to connect with me personally, we can organize a call. I'm always glad to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs. You can also contact me in the link in description. And if you are just starting out with your software business and you are not seeing any result, maybe you need to understand what is the invisible growth you are going through before your real breakthrough. You can find a video about that. Thanks for watching and see you next time.